Test. Okay, looks like I'm live. Oh, I'm live already. Okay. All right, so that wasn't too awfully bad. So let me get the link up here. Trying out a new streaming service today, folks. Oh, okay, I see. Links there. All right. Ooh, I hope the quality gets better, though. It's not looking that great right now. Ooh, yeah, it better. Okay, it's getting a little better. It's getting a little better. Okay, I just got to share the links, folks. If there's anyone even there. I'll give you a sec here. All right. See where we're at here. Hope everyone's doing okay today. Not catching the COVID. Definitely still lots to talk about, that's for sure. Okay, going out to Facebook. Boom, gone. It's out of here. It's out of here. Next. Going out to Twitter. The tweeter. Okay, here we go. Link being sent out now to Minds. Right on. Oh, it's showing. It's got a little screen capture there already too, or me looking down at the screen. All right, I'll have to fix that up later. Get myself a different thumbnail. Hey, what's going on? Have a good show, Jason Smith. Thanks, Jason Smith. I really appreciate that. Like I say, I'm just checking to see how quick it's going to be before these. So shows 9 watching now. Oh, that's the thing. I don't have a live counter with this one, do I? Or do I? Apparently, I might have to leave. What's going on, Gordon Stewart III? Afternoon. I might have to use. Oh, no, I can see it all there. Okay, that's fine. I just got to expand the size of the text if I can, though. Hello, Ben. E-Town and holding down. Right on. Okay, so that's all good. No, actually, I might be able to miss the last one. Right on, Luke. Glad to see you're in the chat, Luke. That's awesome. Everyone so far that is in the chat, if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. I'm going to close up the YouTube part of things here right now, I believe, so that I'm not using up too much bandwidth. Close up the Minds, close up Twitter, and we'll close up old Facebook. Get rid of all that stuff so there's less clutter. And we get back to the first one here. Oh, shoot, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the old screen sharing. Like I say, it's a new venture with a different streaming service. But I do want to mention before I actually get into it, the gentleman, I don't know how I didn't catch that, because I'm a bit of a Trek fan, Star Trek fan myself growing up, right, starting back to the original. Obviously, it came out before I was born, but, the replaying of it, right? And, yeah, I'm a big fan. But the guy that was offering to donate yesterday that I sent my email to and everything, I don't know how it's skipped my mind, but Ferenge. I assume maybe he's a Trek fan himself. And I'm like, oh, Ferengi, right? The Ferengi, the Ferengi, the ones with the big ears on Star Trek. So I assume that if you're watching there, Mr. What did I say, Ferengi or whatever. Well, his last name was Doucette, so I figured it was all French, right? And it could maybe I might even be wrong in that aspect, but Ferengi, it might have been what he was trying to say. Anyway, so like I said, let me just check and see what's going on. Wonder how I can get the fonts bigger in this damn thing. Me and my eyes aren't that great at seeing the text, but I'm trying here, folks. I mind my P's and Q's. Stuggy stuff. Hello. Oh, hello, Ben, your newfie Twitter follower here. Damn it, how can I get this text bigger? Let me see here. No, that doesn't work. All right. Going to have to try to just hopefully find. You must have slipped under the demonetization radar. Well, what do you mean? Oh, I haven't been demonetized yet. Actually, it's weird. On my Minds page, I found something odd. I've got this new person, and all they have for a name is V, and it shows up when I go into my notifications that this V person or whoever it is, everything I post downvoted, downvoted. But yet when you click on their profile to go to their page, because obviously if they're on there, they have a page or a profile, says it doesn't exist. So I don't know if mine's easily hacked in terms of that stuff or what. Wait a minute, there's a little thing here. No, okay, I don't want to edit the description. All I would like to do is expand. I might have to reopen YouTube. Sorry, folks. Let me know. I'm going to have to reopen YouTube because I am not going to be able to see that tiny ass font on this streaming service. It's way too small for my almost 50-year-old eyes. So I'm going to reopen my YouTube because I know on there I can just, Control Plus and it increases the size of the fonts on the page so I could see them better. Too bad I couldn't do that on the actual application, but we'll do it this way. But like I say, just let me know. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Old man font size there. There we go. Now we can see a little better. But just let me know if it really messes up on my... Yeah, so I guess I don't need this open at all. I see Halifax Matt in the chat. Going to get back here and see who's all in the chat. But anyways, I want to thank that Mr. Ferengi for the very, well, I would say generous donation for sure. And I really appreciate all the help that everyone out there. Well, I usually thank everyone anyways for the help and the support, but I just wanted, I didn't get a chance to mention to Mr. Ferengi as of yet, or Ferengi, but appreciate the help. Really appreciate the help. E-Town and holding down. Okay, so made it over here. Missed. Okay, so Halifax Matt, just going to listen. Tile in the kitchen. Right on. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Not the kitchen, but I have the tiles to do both of our bathrooms because we still have that old rollout, that rollout fake looking tile crap. So, yeah, I want to do that. And I got that when I was up in Ontario. So, yeah, I'm going to end up having to do that myself. I love doing that kind of stuff myself anyways, right? It's great fun, great news, learning new things. Okay. Hello, Ben, your Newfie Twitter. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've already seen that one. Okay. You must have. Okay. Now we're getting down to it. Okay. It is not illegal. What's this? It is not illegal for government to keep us in lockdown without giving us some time frame of when it will be lifted. I mean, illegal is a term, once again, when you're talking about government and law, especially legislation or acts of legislation or policy, right? Or regulation. When you're in government, you can make the law mean whatever the hell you want it to mean. So there's always that, Captain Freedom, right? I love the old memes that get passed around. It's like, yeah, everything Hitler did was legal. Everything Mao did was legal. When you're the one that gets determined what's right or wrong or what's legal or illegal, then, like I say, that's 100% subjective, which is why as a libertarian, I don't go for that. To me, right or wrong, it shouldn't be subjective or opinion-based, right? Theft is wrong, and it should be universally wrong for everybody. You don't give anyone the ability to escape, those, if it's going to be considered genuinely universal in terms of law or universal in terms of ethics or morality, right? Hi, Ben. Lovely day in the neighborhood. Can shoot a cannon down Main Street and not hit a soul. Talk about social distancing. Just got reinstated at the twit after 3. Oh, you were banned from the Twitter, were you, Robert? Yeah, that happens from time to time. Actually, I got a message because I have another email service, Proton, which is an encrypted email service for people that want to have real extreme privacy, right? Oh, Halifax Matt saying bot. Yeah, it's probably a bot. Yeah, I would imagine that's got to be what it is. But you would think these websites have a way to prevent that at this point in time. But anyways, but yeah. Anyways, this person that sent me this message on my Proton email basically get on there just specifically to tell me how terrible of a person I am. And what I always offer for anyone, especially people that disagree with me, is if you don't agree with my stance or my position on any issue, like don't hide behind, like just, that's why it's such a failure on so many levels. Just come on and have a conversation with me. It's just two people talking. Even if we get into a heated argument or debate, it's not the end of the world, right? It's not like we can reach through the screen from each other and, like do anything. It's just words. It's just word, people. But that's the thing. Everyone wants to be able to like say something and then go run or hide. Like, what the hell is up with that, right? People don't understand science. Well, some people do, some people don't. And actually, even a lot of scientists are, turning science into a political realm these days. So it's kind of understandable why people are very confused about this. I'm missing the StreamYards being able to put all these questions up on the... I wonder if you can do that on this. Hold on. Let me take a peek here. Like I say, I'm learning as I go here with this one, folks. So give me be patient. There's three little dots here. Let's see what these three little dots say. Go to channel. Oh, no, that's just to go to person's channel, but whoever's commenting. Top chat. Live chat. Okay, yeah, I better just go to live chat, not just top chat, so we hopefully keep it in chronological order. Refresh chat. Yeah, I'm not seeing how I can add that onto the screen. Can you folks see it? I guess you can see it anyways, right? So either way. Okay, let's get back in here. Try to get through a few of these comments before I get into the articles. Fart Compound Channel. Let's talk about how Trudeau more concerned with racism and protecting China instead of being honest in his voters, which I am not. Well, yeah, I mean, Trudeau, the whole SJW initiative and the feminism and it's just identity politics. That's what it is. Identity politics. And the whole racist thing is basically just to tell you to shut the fuck up, right? That's all it is. If you have an actual argument, you offer the argument. That's how you counter someone, right? Just calling someone a racist or a conspiracy theorist, that's not an argument. It's nothing. So obviously if that's all they have to offer, well, Of course, the problem is people fall for that stuff, though, right? Love you to hell, Bennett. Oh, thanks for your comment. Right on. Good to know. Good to know. Spreading the love, sharing the love. Did they remove my comment? Oh, did someone? Not that I'm familiar. I see your comment, Emmerich Winter. I see it. I can't live without honesty. I know, right? I mean, if you live in a constant state of lies and deception, then it is tough. It's tough on any human being, right? Teresa Tams, a man. It's a man. I know I hear a lot of people saying that. I mean, I don't know, right? Whatever, I don't know that shit. What's this? 75% of deaths in Italy occur in home and around Canada. 21 million missing Chinese. What are they hiding from us? I'm afraid people don't understand the threat of an aerosolized bioweapon because, I see, couldn't get it. Because mass panic would take out the power grids. Like I said, I'll try not to get too speculative in all that stuff. I deal with mostly the philosophical and, anything that makes sense, that's logically consistent. But in terms of what happened in China, what's happening there now, I don't have anyone, I don't have boots on the ground, people that are correspond with me or anything like that. So I really can't say, and I definitely don't like to speculate, because then I'm doing the exact thing that the establishment media does if I do that stuff, and I'm just confusing and confound people. And then, if I say something that's out of order or is not representative of truth or facts, and people repeat it, then, people say, oh, where'd you hear that from? Oh, the Canadian, that would destroy my credibility automatically. And which, like I've said so many times in the past, my credibility matters tremendously to me. So, which is why, and I know people kind of get mad at me, well, why don't you, actually, that was one of the things about the guy on the, that actually aligns with, because the guy that sent me that message said, well, if you were really telling the truth, you would have already had to go through dozens of channels, YouTube channels, because you would have already been shut down, right? No, I don't necessarily believe that to be the case too. Now I do know that there are people in these social media outlets, and we've seen James O'Keefe and his Project Veritas, where there are some people that work in these social media giants that have a hate on for libertarians or people they consider on the right side of the political aisle, or people that aren't like SJWs, right? So there is that political divide. But all it comes down to me is there's rules, right? And I follow the rules, as best I can, which I guess is why. But that's the thing. I have proven that some of us have proven that you can follow the rules, even though the rules are quite restrictive. I'll admit that, right? It's not like we have 100% freedom of speech. I even get just even type or even certain keywords, I get automatically demonetized just by the fact I have these keywords, which I think it's unfair? Of course I think it's unfair, but I know the venue that I'm functioning on, and I know the restrictions and the rules that I have to abide by, which is why I do it. Not that I wish that things were different where there was more freedom of speech, but at least I have this opportunity and this option. That's the thing. Why would I want to have to go through creating dozens of channels? I don't know. I mean, some people might like doing it that way, but I would rather, like I say, maintain consistency, have a place where people know where they come. They don't have to keep searching for new channels. Like, I don't know. I do me. The other folks, these other people, well, you do you. If you want to keep going through, having to make new channels, and chances are, if you've had to make dozens of channels, you're probably doing some shit that doesn't just go against the terms of service, but you obviously have a pattern of behavior, right? And not that I'm defending YouTube that they don't shut down people wrong. Actually, did you folks all hear about Luke Radowski? We Are Change. Now, I haven't watched that particular outlet for a while, but they do definitely do some hard-hitting reporting. Some of it definitely sensationalized and stuff. But hey, they're a verified account with hundreds of thousands. What was it, 600 and some thousand subscribers? Millions or probably tens of millions of views. And yet YouTube completely demonetized them. And the excuse that was given, what I seen, because they send your thing, was basically just saying that your content, isn't appropriate. That is one thing that does drive me nuts about these social media platforms is, okay, what did I do? Like, could you imagine working for any place? Because that's really what you're doing when you're monetizing a channel. You're kind of like, you're an entrepreneur. It is your own channel. Like, this is my channel. It is mine. So it's kind of like your own little independent business, but your business relies on the infrastructure of YouTube. So they're kind of in some way like your employer, not necessarily an employer, I guess, but it's that relationship, right? You're the subcontractor. They're the ones that are providing the contract or the platform, right? But either way, whether you're a contractor or an independent creator on YouTube, I mean, come on, YouTube, you got to do better. Right? Like, if you want to demonetize people's channel and destroy their ability to make or earn an income or a living, then at the very minimum, you owe them an explanation, a clear explanation. And for one of the most important reasons that I can think of is just so that for Luke, he even posted underneath that, it's like, well, how would I ever know what the fuck I did wrong? That's the thing. If you were raising your kids or anywhere in society, I mean, how fucking stupid is it to punish them and say, well, I'm not going to tell you why I punished you, just that you were bad. You're not going to correct anyone's, which tells me that they don't really want Luke Radowski or We Are Change to correct. They just want them to not really be part of the platform, right? Not have to deal with them. That's kind of it's very fucking lazy to do something like that. So yeah, that kind of peed me off a little bit, that they did that to We Are Change, because we've seen that happen to a few other channels. Well, I mean, Alex Jones, right, and stuff like that. I mean, come on, just stop. And we see it's constantly towards a particular, what they would deem as the right wing types, right? You don't hear too much of that in regards to the left wing or those far leftists on the YouTube or the social media platforms. So there's definitely some picking of who they want to punish and who they don't, or who they'll allow to do whatever the hell they want, right? Mass panic would take out the power grid. Yeah. In about a week or two, if the Trudeau government hasn't given us credible coronavirus back to work plan, we need to make our own schedule with our own criteria. That's the thing, right? Relying on government to tell you when you're allowed to go to work. Holy that's just some messed up stuff, just thinking about it. My patience for obeying a government that refused to inform us of the basics, healthcare, supply and demand, is nearing an end. Yeah, and I mean, mean, even that Tam that whoever was talking about earlier, the Tam that's a man. But she was constantly saying, "Oh, you don't need a mask. You don't." Completely reverse course. But yeah, this is the expert. Like, this is the people that we're constantly told all the time. These are the experts that we need to pay attention to. These are the people we need to listen to, right? Well, can you make up your fucking mind then? Because you're showing time and time again that you're obviously incompetent. Like, I wouldn't follow in any, like, in construction, driving truck, no matter what I'm doing, right? I would never follow the advice of someone that doesn't even really know what they're talking about, right? Because they reverse course. I mean, come on. I mean, it's not like this lady should be learning on the fly. I mean, to get in the position she's in, you should know this stuff. Or you should at least have an informed opinion that doesn't do a complete 180, a few weeks later. So, yeah, I understand. No, like I say, no wonder people don't trust government. No wonder people don't trust the media. Hey, Howard G., what's going on? Good morning, folks. Patty Hujunk is a CCP party member. Patty Hujunk. Oh, that one there. I don't think you're pronouncing the name there, Cap. Nobody, or I should say, spelling the name right. But I know who you're talking about. That lady there, whatever. So we just exercise our freedom. Well, I mean, you gotta do like I say, I will never tell anyone what to do. Just be wise what you're doing. Like, don't put yourself in ridiculous situations or scenario where you're gonna they're gonna make you an example, because they're definitely already out there looking for people to make an example of, and they come down with the heavy hand of the law, right? So just like I say, just be wise out there. Do what you can. Talk to people. Like, this is actually one hell of an opportune time for us all to start have some really, really tough discussions with, like I say, family members. Like I said, do it on social media. Like, if you don't at work, call them up or have a FaceTime with them and have some conversations. Do what you can do there. So we just exercise. Canadian American top medical advisor wrote in the NEJM March 26th, the virus is akin to the seasonal flu with 0.1 fatality rate. Hi, Bennett. Just stopping by to say hi and wish you well during this lockdown. Thank you, Droopy82. Appreciate that. Hey, before you head out, if you don't mind, or anyone else is in there, hit the old like button and subscribe. And peace to you, Droopy82. Because I actually noticed that my subscriber count actually went down. I did see some of you did subscribe. So I know some of you did, because I could see that in this streaming thing, it does show where people subscribe. But then my numbers are actually lower. So for everyone that's subscribing, apparently there's more that are unsubscribing. So there's that. Must be the people that I triggered by telling them too much truth, right? Oh, well, it is what it is. Moving on. Move along, little doggy. Oh, that show, I haven't even got into anything yet, but that show, Tiger, that's some crazy ass shit right there, right? And I don't binge watch. Me and the wife, we just watch one every night, stretch it out. The young kids are or younger people. I mean, my son, he's binge watched it, I think, in one night, right? Like, my youngest son, that is. But yeah, that show is pretty friggin' wild. Mini bottle after 7 days, no caffeine. Love that Luke, that video is fantastic. Which video is that? I'll have to check into it. Take it down, must be some truth. Oh, the David Icke video I see. Canadian Caveman. Captain Caveman. You have to be old like me to understand who Captain Caveman is. Everyone remember Captain Caveman? We got any Gen Xers in the house? Captain Caveman. David Penny Crazy. Try and scroll down here, folks, and then I'm going to get into the articles, because I like to, get to know everyone that's in the chat, see some new names, and kind of answer some questions. Libertarianism must die for right-wing politics to move forward. Yeah, liberty definitely. You're absolutely right. I advocate the exact opposite, but you are correct, Michael Pemulis, and it's not just for conservatism, right? Wait a minute, libertarianism. Okay, must die for right-wing politics. But actually, libertarianism must die for left or right-wing politics, right? The lefties hate us, the righties hate us. Why? Because we're all about personal responsibility, individual rights, no playing politics. We recognize there is no left and right when it comes to morality or ethics, right? Are you doing something that uses force, violence, coercion, or theft against someone? So whether you come from the left or the right, like the left usually likes to control you more with the economics, right? The left love economically enslaving people, whereas the conservatives, they like to control more of your social habits. Like, okay, can't allow people to be gay or doing anything to these, these young kids, right? Like, so yes, they both want to deny, liberty. It's just they have different preferences. Whereas libertarians like, no, you should have your economic liberty and your social liberty. So yes, we're definitely in the way of the left versus right, but we are the future. I hate to burst your bubble there, Michael, and I know it's quite disturbing, but libertarians, this is what's going to be advanced in the future. Sure, there's going to be, like, we're going to go through a period where the right might have a rise to be reactionary to the left. But if humanity's ever going to advance past this, adolescent psychology of playing your left brain or your right brain against each other, or needing authoritarian mommy or authoritarian daddy, right? Like, yeah, once we move beyond that and we all start looking at each other and treating each other as adults, yeah, that's called libertarianism, right? And yes, it is the future. I mean, come on, it was already the basis for the most, prosperous nation in all of human history, which was the United States. Now the United States has definitely gotten far away from the roots of libertarianism or classical liberalism, right? In the political realm, I say. But it showed that it was more successful. That's the thing. Go through all of history. What was most successful? It was that libertarian, that minarchist, right? It wasn't full libertarian, but that minarchist libertarian, which are, like I say, which have a lot of alignment with classical liberals and libertarians that said, let's keep government at bay and restricted and confined and contained, right? Which created the most prosperous nation on the planet in just 200 short years. So, libertarians, we're the future. Liberty is the future. If you don't like it, fine. You can stay right there in the past. You head towards the conservatives, right? You can head on over there, but you're at some point in time, the script's going to flip, and it's going to be the libertarians that are going to be in the driver's seat. So, but don't worry, right? As long as you're not using preemptive force against me personally, I won't hate on you, right? Come on. People believing in monarchies. I mean, there's still people today believing that we should have a king even, or a queen. So, I mean, I get it, but that's, like I say, that's old school. That's old school. That's the past. The future is liberty. Hey, what's going on, Gato? Howdy, guys. Oh, by the way, I just want to mention that Gato did say, and he posted it in the comments yesterday towards Private, that he was sorry for, he made a mistake, that's all. Got the wrong guy, and hopefully everything's sorted out and nobody's peeved off at each other, because I'm pretty sure Gato didn't mean anything by it. Anyways, the right wing needs to act as a collective to get anything done. Well, considering I will never join any these forced collectives or dumb down what it is to be free to align with. No, it just won't happen, Michael. Sorry. You can do that. Do your thing. Like I say, do your thing. And not like I can stop people, just like the lefties and liberals. They're going to do it. They're going to do their thing, right? They're going to hate on libertarians, just like you folks say, well, if only you guys would turn into SJWs and get into the identity politics as strong and thorough as we are, well, we could really use you libertarians. Well, what it is not just that libertarians understand fundamentally what liberty is. It's libertarians usually are the ones that have the higher IQ, are the entrepreneurs, the business startup. They're the drivers, the ones that are usually in the driver's seat. So you can suppress all the intelligent people, the most competent people. You can keep your thumb on them, of course, but you're going to destroy your own society, right? You're not going to benefit by keeping libertarians down, because when libertarians are down, well, all you're stuck with is people that just want to join a collective. And those kind of people, the people that want to become part of the herd, right? Are they really leaders in society? Never. Leaders in society are always those who are individuals, who are the ones that stepped outside the herd and did something that no one within the herd would ever do, right? Like I say, the entrepreneurs, the innovators, the creators, the true leaders. That's just always the way it's been. It's just nowadays we have an actual term for it. It's called libertarian, right? So philosophical libertarian, by the way, not political libertarian, not people that still want to play the political game, but philosophical libertarians. But anyways, I just thought I'd point that out, because I know right wingers hate. I got that even from the PBC. Like, say, all the PBC supporters, they've all vacated. Nobody will talk to me. Few. Well, I mean, Leo yesterday. Like, Leo will talk to me, but I had thousands. As long as I would play in ball with the PBC and kind of yielding my own preference for tell them the truth about liberty entirely to just, become part of the gang. I tried that. Didn't work out so well for me. So, yeah, not going to do it again. That's for sure. Fool me once, shame on me, right? Never again. Never again. The PBC can do their thing, but I won't be joining this. Well, I mean, I was a founding member, so I guess I am part and parcel of the PBC in some way. So there is that legacy that will continue on. But no, there's a Libertarian Party in Canada, and that's where, if I'm going to vote, that's where, and not that I think the Libertarian Party is going to win, but like I say, I don't believe in voting anyways. Don't think you're going to vote your way into this one, but you can try. Vote harder. You just got to vote harder. We're almost there, right? As if you've ever gained liberty by voting. People vote every 4 or 5 years, and we've actually nothing but, whether it's left-wingers in charge or right-wingers, the erosion has been continually, right? It's so... Anyways, there's that. Let's just move on. Bennett isn't racist. Of course I'm not racist. He's done a few racist before, but that doesn't qualify for this. Right on. I'm a huge racer. I love racing. I freaking love, because I have that competitive mindset, right? That's, people that are very competitive in nature. Like, racing is great because racing is perfectly aligned with, and with being a libertarian is like, well, yeah, actually, even fighting in MMA would be fine because you're both agreeing. It's a voluntary. So even though you are using force, actually, libertarianism is completely conducive with joining up with boxing or MMA because you're choosing to do that voluntarily. But what I always liked about racing, in particular, like my particular form of drag racing, is that people can talk smack, but like I say, and I said this in another video, the time slip, it tells the tale. So it takes all the bullshit talk, like, oh, I'm smarter than you, or I'm faster than you. It takes all the talk off the table, and it's just, you got to prove your results. But that would be the same way like in a running venue or something around a track. You can talk the smack all you want. We'll find out who's truly more competent or faster because it's going to be proven, right? So I like that. Where things are clear and concise. Can civic nationalism save Canada? Well, because people do have, obviously, we are all born with this built-in instinct for in-group preference because that did us well, especially when we were just basically small tribes. That's very prevalent everywhere you go around the world, right? So, in a time like this, the problem why I won't go into this whole civic nationalism thing is because once you've taught people to think that way, now the older people that understand that you can just use that, but once again, you're still manipulating people's mind, which is why, I mean, you can use, what it is you could use civic nationalism, like what Trump's doing and stuff, and it will benefit you in the short term because people that are more nationalists, and I mean, think about it. We're all born and raised, especially if you're the older people, we're all born and raised, like, put your hand over your chest. So nationalism is very strong in most countries, in Canada and the U.S. too. You can use that, right, to counter, like, the globalists on the left, but you still end up, at the end of the day, you still end up back with that left versus right, and it's just two wings of the same bird. To me, I'm tired playing that game. I want people to start thinking critically about this issue, and rather than just putting themselves in a political camp or a tribe, because that doesn't work out. Like I say, the whole tribe mentality, the collective mentality, seeks to deny individuals like myself. So if I won't align with the liberals or the conservatives, well, I'm the first that's got to go because, oh, how dare you not show your civic nationalism? Well, sorry, folks. Once again, not that I would use, like, I'm just the someone on the sidelines, like, okay, I won't join either of your gangs, but I'm not going to do anything against any of you people. You do your thing. Hey, you want to join a gang, you do your thing. You join your gang. But I'm just saying, I don't want to be part of your gang. Is that okay? Freedom of association, all? Do you not believe that at all? I do, right? So it's the people that don't believe in individual rights and freedom of association, which, like, the left and the right, they would both say, no, we're all for that. Well, no, you don't, because if I'm not a nationalist or if I'm not a globalist, the left and the right both hate me. So, like I say, you're all the ones that play the left-right game. They're walking, talking contradictions. And in the age of information, you might be able to get away with that stuff like hundreds of years ago, or even before the information age. But in the age of information that we live in today, you're not going to be able to get away with that for very long. Especially the young people are very savvy, very much into the tech, and very much into social media. And you might be able to manipulate the young people for a while, but they're all going to come to realize that. Damn, they were sold a bill of goods, right? Anyways, Emmerich Winter, good approach. Richard Koch in 1891 created the 4 precepts: a virus must pass to be declared dangerous. The coronavirus does not pass one of those. I'm not familiar with the Dr. Richard Koch, but yeah, I mean, that could possibly be. Project Veritas will jump on any hype train. when the opportunities, right? That's possible too. But it did seem like that's the thing. Emmerich Winter, you can say that, and even if you don't like James O'Keefe, 100%. But I mean, when he's recording and the person that's there is saying what they're saying, like unless you're insinuating or suggesting that he just faked the tape or docked the tape, and what was being said was just a doctoring of some sort. I mean, if you want to go that route, but it sounds pretty legit, right? It sounds like he was recording people that said actually what they said. So, like I say, I don't care about necessarily if James O'Keefe is a good guy, if you trust him or not, but someone records something, and unless it's been doctored or manipulated, and it comes across that, yeah. But sure, of course, some people might be opportunistic in some ways. That's just reality. Afternoon, folks. Derek, hey, what's going on, Derek? Like empty hospitals, several things. But for me, I love my country enough to rebel against the current government. All right. But when you say you love your country, do you love Trudeau? Right? Trudeau's part of your country. See, this is what I mean when you talk in that way, right? It's like, all the liberals, do you love all the liberals that are economically enslaving your kids right now? Matt pumping up the debts? I'm pretty sure actually, Gordon, that you actually, was it Gordon? Make sure I'm talking to the right dude. Yeah, pretty sure, Gordon. And like I say, not trying to be an ass or anything, but do you love Trudeau? Do you love the left wingers? You don't love your country. And what does that even mean, my country? The ground, the trees. I mean, I love nature. I love forests. I love all that. I mean, it's great, right? I love, some of the great monuments or some of the great, like the mountainous range. Well, not so much on the east side. The Appalachians up here is not so much, but out west. But what do you mean, my country? Think about it. Just try this as a thought experiment. You don't have to do it now. Wait till actually you've watched this, but try that. Just say, what do I mean by my country? Ask yourself that. Like, pretend you're someone else sitting on your shoulder. Do that third person thing and just ask yourself in your own mind, of course, right? Because if you do that verbally and people around, they'll be like, that guy might be bit of a nutbar, right? But just ask yourself, what does that mean, my country, right? I mean, I know Canada, it's a geographical place and there's borders and boundaries, but do you love and is it just the borders, or is it the Queen that created the borders, or is it the prime ministers of the past? Like, what do you mean? I personally, I love people that identify as Canadians who are just as staunch advocates of individual rights, freedoms, and liberty, and laissez-faire market capitalism, which means people that treat each other voluntarily in the economic means. So I love that. And if in a place like Canada, this jurisdiction, there were a substantial portion of them, I would say I love those people. But I couldn't say I love all of Canada, because there's a lot of Canadians that hate me for loving free market, for loving voluntary interactions. A lot of people in my country, as you recognize, like probably a majority of the people in my country, hate me for defending individual rights, freedoms, and liberties, and loathe me even more for not allowing socialism to already take place or to speak out against it. So once again, just little thought experiments is all, just to kind of helps you think things a little bit more. Do you see what Pope Francis said about, no, actually, what did he say? Jungle Vral? Pope Francis said something about libertarian. Let me say it. Let me guess. Selfish, greedy capitalists. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. Socialists use such ridiculous stuff. Luke Rudowski. They never have an argument towards libertarianism, like the ideas. So they just insult people. Right? Those libertarians, like as if like they're all like libertarians are all